With hardware, of course, there's the ability to get something working in 2 weeks is somewhat limited. Like if your end goal is to build a mixing console, good luck trying to get even just a single fader to change the gain in 2 weeks. It won't happen. You have to have the whole power system and the chassis and the whole thing, right? It's just not going to happen. So there's a little bit more deterministic, I guess, more along the lines of a waterfall methodology that's more useful for hardware. Hardware is really satisfying because it's a piece of a puzzle that really starts to come together. It's actual pieces and you can actually see them. Software is nice, but there's always going to be a bug, and there's always, you fiddle with it, you recompile and you ship it. But with hardware, it's either working or it's not. I really like that. And seeing the whole thing come together and you can actually feel and see how it looks is really satisfying. UA has been, for a long time, productizing DSP acceleration hardware in a lot of different formats to help offload your CPU. And then they make really high quality plugins that are frequently emulations of really sought after hardware. So it's a combination of a hardware technical solution and then really high quality software. Recently, we've entered into the audio interface space. We made Apollo and several variations of that. You cannot get anything done without an audio interface. We kind of stepped more into a more central role of the music creating workflow. So that's where we're focused now. We're making audio interfaces, plugins, DSP accelerating hardware, things of that nature. When we developed the Apollo interface, it was the first time, I think, it's certainly for me, but for the company as well, first time we'd tackled something that integrated between hardware and software. So you consider the end result is an audio interface, but inside of that there's the hardware, there's the FPGA, there's the firmware, there's the drivers to talk to the computer, there's an application, and every single one of those required a separate team and separate challenges. And then, of course, the biggest problem was integrating all those to get them to work nicely together. Because if you have 4 or 5 different teams working on those various pieces, they're all going to work great, but getting them to work seamlessly together is the really hard part.